name's Sarah and welcome to the Baltic. I'm here to talk to you about Open Submission, which is located here on our ground floor gallery. This is Baltic's first major open call exhibition, and during lockdown last year we reached out to all people of all talents in the local area to submit their work. We had a panel of 4 judges, 3 local artists and our curator here at the Baltic to narrow this down to 150 to fit into our space here. So this exhibition is a celebration of local talent and really sums up the mood of 2020 for a lot of people. We worked and collaborated with Nexus, so some of these art pieces are actually around the northeast. You'll see them on buses, on billboards and some metro stations. So the first piece I'd like to talk to you about is this photograph done by Susan Rowe. Susan Rowe is a retired administration officer, and for the last 7 years since her retirement she has thrown herself into her landscape photography. This is titled Pier Sunrise at Saltburn, and it is actually 2 photographs taken on 2 separate cameras at different times of the day, and she's used Photoshop to merge them 2 photographs together to create this really soft, nice, tranquil scene. So continuing on with the beach theme, we have a painting here done by Michael Smith, and it's titled Rocks at Sea. Michael recently is recovering from a serious eye injury, which has changed the way that he's doing his work and his painting. So when I spoke to Michael and I asked him what was his inspiration and how he kept going after his injury, and his answer was so simple and so beautiful that he just couldn't stop. So this piece of work is done by Alison Diamond and it is titled The Slide. Alison is an academic tutor at Sunderland University, and she specialises in printmaking for illustration. This picture was inspired by her childhood memories about how children have no fear whatsoever in the playground. The steps here represent the steps in life. When you get to the top, that's where you make your decision. Do you either plummet to the bottom or do you come back down to the more familiar? So this is the Chili Moon jar, and this was done by Annabelle Talbot and the Chili Studios. During lockdown last year, the Chili Studios kept in touch with all of its members by creating Zoom sessions, which kept creativity going during lockdown. So this jar is full of messages and doodles and drawings about how people felt about lockdown last year. And it's this image here that we're going to talk about next. So you might recognize this picture, and that was what was on the Chili Moon jar. This was done by Michael Crew, who had a lot of sessions with the Chili Zoom during lockdown last year. So back in 1978, Michael was doing a foundation in art, and he believed his lecturer when he said that you had to be the best of the best to make any kind of living in art. So after that, he decided to train as a psychiatric nurse, and it's only been recently in 2018 that he's picked up that pencil and paintbrush and created art again. So I hope you've enjoyed our little wander around Open Submission. This is on till the 5th of September 2021, and I hope to see you all here soon.